Hello, humans and pets. Right now it's a flash flood. We angered someone.
It is. It's a little damp.
So this is what's going on. But what else is going on is we got some Little Caesars.
Something different.
Yeah. So when the power goes out, we can eat this.
Right.
That's our plan. But I am excited for this because it is the.
They brought back the stuffed crust pepperoni pizza for
the crazy stuffed crust.
$9.49, I think.
It's $9.50-ish.
Somewhere down there.
It might vary at your location,
Right.
but it's 9 something. It's around $9, and you get the crazy stuffed crust, which I'm going to open for you guys.
And they put it out as the cheapest stuffed crust on the market.
This might be bad.
Yep. I don't know what you're doing. Can you do it? You can tilt it forward a little bit.
There we go.
Now we can't see you for once.
Well, I guess we can take another one. People love it when we do this.
There you go. People love it. I'm sure people
people
love
say it all the time.
Do
They're
they?
like, it's my favorite part. The really awkward stare.
When I just...
Yeah, it's the best. But what we got here, it's dusted with like the cheese.
Yep.
I think we had this like a year or two ago.
We did.
At this point, it came back with the deal as well. So
again, I want to stress how much pepperoni is on this pizza.
Yeah, I mean, you guys saw it. We'll show you the individual slices. I wish we could somehow get like a mount that goes right here, and then we put the bag or the food here.
This is so hot right now.
Oh yeah, this came straight out the pizza portal. So keep that in mind.
Plenty of cheese.
Ugh. Okay. So here you go. Mine kind of dismantled
I'm
itself.
not sure what happened over there.
Well, it's still hot. It needs to cool. But
I will say, though,
at least like 4 or 5, 6
this
slices
crust
pepperoni
is not as firm as it normally is.
No, well, that's because it has a bunch of cheese.
I'm talking about on the bottom, like in this part.
Oh, yes. I agree.
Yep. So
it's very...
the way his kind of... It seems I'm going to have to do this with like
it's
multiple
hands.
hands.
They use the crust on the crust.
It is so thin. Actually,
it's very thin.
It actually... I got to be honest with you. It barely looks cooked right here.
You think so?
I'm going to have to... This is going to make a mess.
We'll see.
I don't know how I'm going to do this with the pizza box.
It's going to be insane.
It's going to be so hot. I don't know. Maybe because we haven't had one in a while. But the pepperoni had that old world pepperoni taste to it. Like it was super pepperoni-ish.
I think it's in your head. It's like...
Is it?
It's like when you're walking through a desert and you start seeing stuff. The mirages. Mm-hmm. I think you're miraging the flavor of the pepperoni. I think you're onto something though. It needs a little more of a cook.
It does on the bottom. It definitely does. It is very good, but if you look at like the texture of the bottom of the pizza, it definitely needs.
It's very thin. It's not like so undercooked where you can't eat it. It's just a little sad. You know what I mean?
I'm not so much saying undercooked.
I think it's more so just. There needs to be more dough.
Okay. That's exactly what I was going to say.
I think it's very thin.
Right.
To the point where it kind of starts like...
With the amount of sauce and cheese on top of it.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. But it doesn't have the integrity to be able to hold it. You literally have to fold this one. Or use 2 hands.
I mean, I fold it normally anyways.
I don't.
But...
So it's still delicious, though.
That is one of my gripes.
What?
Well, what we're talking about. There are some benefits here. Haven't gotten to the crazy crust yet.
Me neither.
But the pepperoni and cheese is just flavorful. And there's a lot of the pepperoni there. So.
And there's a lot of sauce.
I can
and there's a lot of the cheese. Well, that's all right. I was trying. I had to eat my left hand. Looking all awkward over here. This is still delicious. Don't get me wrong. I was starving, but I wanted to, again, a stuffed crust pizza for under $10. I don't think anybody will have one of them.
I do think that maybe it's because I think last time we had like a similar thing, not where it was like there's less dough on the bottom because there's more dough on the crust. And I wonder if they use the same amount of dough on both pizzas.
Probably, and they just pull it out and wrap it over, because that's what they did when they did it last time. Is they pull it. Oh.
It's not undercooked. It's just.
It's not. It is definitely cooked. I just think the amount of sauce and cheese.
It's like a thin crust, but cooked at the normal rate. I feel like if it was cooked a little more, it would add the crisp.
It would have got the crisp to it.
Right.
Correct. Have you tried the cheese in the crust?
Not yet.
Okay. I'll hold it in then.
I remember liking it last time. It was a little salty though, from memory.
I don't remember
You can talk about it.
who the last one we had was, but I remember liking it, but the cheese flavor didn't come out in the crust. I think it was these guys that put the pepperoni in the cheese, and I ended up liking that better.
Yeah, they did that once.
But this mozzarella cheese that they have in the crust actually has a nice flavor today. Like you could tell the difference.
Very cheesy.
You can tell the difference between the mozzarella in the crust and the Parmesan on the crust. You know what I mean? Like there's a change in flavor.
The coating is huge. The cheese coating along with the cheese in the crust. Now, I'm not a big stuffed crust fan. Stuffed crust is one of my least favorites, honestly.
You have said that a lot.
I'd rather no crust than stuffed crust. Because it's like, I'd rather get breadsticks on the side.
No, I hear you. I actually prefer it because I don't like the crust. So if
the good
this
thing here is
makes it taste
this
better.
is just the crazy bread, the stuffed crazy bread on a pizza, which is great.
The thing I like about it, though, is it has a generous amount of cheese, but it definitely tastes different than the cheese that's already on the pizza.
And the cheese that's like crusting.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everything about it, it brings a unique flavor to it. This is actually very good today.
It's very good.
It's not a pretty pizza today.
Sure.
But it's very good.
I think, honestly, a little bit of a cook more just to get a little crisp on the bottom. Just so it's easier to eat, really. But, I mean, there's very little I would change to improve it.
No, it is delicious. I agree with you.
So,
now that's up to you. Are you going to continue on, or are we going to go after another piece after here?
We can. We also bought a bunch of other food.
Well,
you can
kind of shut it if you're not going to.
Okay, yeah, shut it, I guess.
Or do you want to
keep
keep
have
going?
another slice if you want. I don't
Well,
mind.
or do you want to see
Look,
what this
we have
is?
more pizza.
Okay.
All right, we have the other deal. It's like it's a 2-topping pizza for like $5.
Again, we did
So,
that one on the channel already.
Yeah.
I want to see if the crust, my thinking now, because this crust was different.
Oh, you want to see? If
I want to see if this one's going to be different. That's honestly. So Ryan ended up getting
sausage and olive.
Sausage and olive. Like
no, this isn't the other crust. This isn't this crust, obviously.
It's not the stuffed crust, correct?
Right.
So, but I wanted to see the texture, and no, see, you can already, on it. I just wanted to see if I like this one better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't try it yet. I do like the Parmesan crusted part of the
stuffed crust.
The stuffed crust one. I like that a lot.
I would just say, get that, and a large, or not a large, but get one of these, which is a 2-topping large, and then
and throw it all over yourself. My meatball ran away.
And then the what's it called?
The crazy bread?
Yeah, get the stuffed crazy bread because it's roughly the same, if not a little cheaper, than getting this pizza. Plus, you get a 2-topping. Sure, if you want the stuffed crust, get the stuffed crust, right?
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, I'd rather just have it separate, and you can.
I wanted to see which one I like better. Yeah, I'm having a hard time.
Oh, one of these two. I'm grabbing the sadder piece without a lot of toppings. This is the only piece that has less than 5 sausage and 87 olives.
I want to say that. Again, we say this all the time. And you guys will have to leave a comment down below if your Little Caesar doesn't do it.
There's a bunch.
But we show you the pizzas up front. You know what I mean? And they really do have a generous amount of again, for $5.99, you can't beat this with a stick. 2-topping pizza. I don't know anyone who's even close.
Well, these 2 toppings work so well together.
They actually do.
Yeah, of course they do. That's why I grab it. I wouldn't pick one that doesn't.
See, this is the funny part of doing this is, because I would have never even paid attention to it, I would always say the stuffed crust is better. But the good thing with the Little Caesar's crust, it's already buttery and stuff.
Yes.
The only thing I am missing a little Parmesan that they have on there.
That's
I
great.
do like that little dusting.
I wish they had a slices and sticks where the sticks with the crust. I've been saying that. I think that's a good idea.
I do like that seasoning.
That seasoning is fantastic.
That was
Just put that on a pizza.
That was the one thing I liked about Domino's. They had that seasoned crust.
Yes. Yes. And that's what kind of saves a lot of the places that they have like the seasoning like Papa John's and stuff. They have the pepperoncini, I guess.
This one seems saucier.
Oh, it's extra sauce.
Oh, is that why? Okay.
That's
so
why.
this one seems saucier than the I don't know which one I like better. They're both very good.
Then is this one.
You like this one better?
Yeah. These toppings are just better than pepperoni.
Mm-hmm.
Their sausage is so flavorful. Might not be And their pepperoni, honestly, but their sausage just has a bunch of flavor.
I ate mine so fast you can't even tell, but they the base of the pizza is thicker on this second
Yes.
one, so it actually gets so it has more integrity on holding itself up.
Mm-hmm.
These again, they just nail it out of the park every time we eat them. You know what I mean? I know there's probably way better pizza out there.
Yeah.
But for the money, you can't beat this with a stick.
Of course, it's way better pizza. I say, at least, look, our location, for whatever reason, does it right.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to imagine that every place is just as good as this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the case. I think there's, of course, going to be places that do it a lot worse than this one. But comparatively to all the other pizza chains that we have near us, nobody can compete.
No.
Not just because the price is like half the price here than anywhere else. It's just the pizza is better here.
It is better.
And it doesn't make sense because you're paying double for the other places.
Right.
But price, not even in the view. It's like the quality is just better.
Yeah.
It might be less healthy. It might be more greasy. Whatever you
They
want to
do
say.
have a buttery crust.
There's
for
more
sure.
toppings.
Yep.
And the toppings are flavorful.
And it's not a desert. And the crust is cooked.
They also
it's
just
all
make it
good.
good.
They
the
really do.
ingredients itself is like, they just have more flavor.
It's funny, last time we came, even here,
Have a
the
bread.
old world, oh, you want to try the bread too? The old world pepperoni was almost cooked too much. Today, they're almost cooked just on the border of not enough.
Too little.
Yeah.
I think they were afraid if they kept cooking it that it would like split up.
Yeah.
Um,
So Ryan also bought
my suggestion would be just add a little more dough. But
Ryan also bought a bread today. He went crazy with
these
the.
are this is their best thing on their menu.
You say that every time. We did it not that long ago.
It comes with some crazy sauce.
I want to go in the middle. I want to go with this guy.
If you haven't tried their bread, they have a pepperoni one and they have that one.
Mm-hmm.
Life-changing. It is life-changing. I haven't tried this one today, but it's going to be good. And it's going to be the best thing we've eaten.
You're going to hate it.
Oh, you want to eat it all? Yeah, you can have it.
It's a better version of slices and sticks.
It's a better version of everything we've had today.
Honestly, that's right. I mean, it is light. It is fluffy. It is buttery. And I like the slices and sticks. And I was shocked he didn't get one because he usually gets, like, we end up with 20 pizzas in the back. But this right here is, this is very good. It is very good.
The seasoning is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the best thing? I haven't tried it yet, but
You're going to say so. I say no because I like the sauce. And granted,
that's what
it's
that's
here,
for.
and I didn't use it. So they did have the sauce. So, all right, let me do this.
Yeah,
so I can
I
fully,
think you have to.
so I can fully, since I'm complaining about not having it, I'll put the backside in.
because I don't want to say it's the best, but I think it is. I don't know, man.
No.
No?
They're all good in their own way. They're all good.
Okay.
I'm not trying to
It's
do
like
that.
which kid's your favorite? That's like that situation.
Well, you know why?
can't
Because
do
I
that.
like the extra sauce on the second
Kinda
pizza.
lab. Just be honest.
And I like the sauce hot. The one complaint I have about the crazy sauce
Sure.
is the sauce is always cold compared to the pizza.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't like it as much as I do. So I'm justifying
That's
why
fair.
I said they're all good, because the stuffed crust one, to me, I like the cook on the second one better with the two things because it had a little bit more integrity on the crust itself. But I did like the stuffed crust and the Parmesan cheese on the top. I like the extra sauce on the second one, and I like that weird combination of olives and
Right.
stuff. So it is a hard decision for me because they're all good in their own
I think
way.
my way to justify why this is the best is because it takes the best things out of all these pizzas. It takes the cheesiness.
Yeah.
It takes the seasoning
this,
that's
or-
not on one of these pizzas, to be fair. The
Yeah.
seasoning is
Yeah.
not on it. But it takes that, it improves with the seasoning. But it's just a cheesy little, chewy little block of goodness. And you can control the amount of sauce you put on it.
True.
That's the one thing I like about it. If I
Right.
want to drink the sauce, I can.
Right.
And the sauce you can drink. 'Cause
Yes.
It's just very good. It has a bunch of seasoning in it itself.
I think that's the highlight of why we like this pizza, because their
Yes.
marinara actually is the crazy sauce, and I think it is. It tastes a lot of
Whatever.
but
if
it's
it is
very
or is not,
good.
it doesn't matter.
It has a good.
A good robust sauce.
Correct.
Well, it's just not like a super sweet tomatoey. A lot of these places, and I'm not saying it's to cut down on cost, but I kind of am. It's just tomato paste with water, and it's to cut. Yes, 100%.
I'm not saying it's not. What I'm thinking in my head though is it's.
and I'm not saying this isn't.
they have to go to the masses. And people like your mother won't like the sauce. They like the bland ones.
Yeah.
And that's why. So they're trying to make it for the masses. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
they're trying to make it where most people, we like, even in a spaghetti sauce,
Right.
she won't add any seasoning where I probably add too much, but that's the way we like it.
Yeah,
you know what I
and
mean?
you could argue that they use a bunch of seasoning on all their ingredients. They get like really seasoned sausage. They get the
Right.
sauce to mask the bad taste from the worst ingredients.
Mm.
That could be an argument that you could make, I guess.
Right.
It's just these taste better.
But there's nothing. To
I
me,
just like the sauce more.
yeah, I get
that's
you
all.
want to have the good ingredients, but sometimes you
There's
can
more to
make
it.
bad food good by adding the right
This
spices
is a
and the
pure
flavor.
example,
Yeah.
and it's not like it's bad food. Like we're not talking like they got the sausage from like.
No, I'm just
dollar
trying
store.
to express
Right.
the fact that that's part of cooking. Is sometimes
Yeah.
you don't need the best product, you just need the best end product.
The issue is like you could have a Wagyu steak, but if you aren't using butter, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
No, I
you
hear what
need,
you're saying.
You need the seasoning and the
Yeah.
butter to surround it to make it a good dish.
Yeah.
You know, and this you know, it has the seasoning and the butter, so
Yeah.
you know, I'd just rather this sauce than other ones. That's all.
They're all great. I'm thinking in my head, what do I want to grab one more of? And I'm thinking of stuffed crust. I want to try it again.
Stuffed crust, not the bread?
No.
Well, go for it.
That's just in my head.
Go
No,
for it.
we're almost done here anyway. So I think I'm gonna have one more piece of something. They're all good in their own way.
I don't know, man.
You're going for the
that
bread?
one's calling your name.
It's got
You got to grab this piece.
that is-
It'll change your life.
No, I hear you. So, well, there you go.
Not doing
Again,
it.
they brought the stuffed crust back for $9.50 or somewhere around
Somewhere
there.
around
It'll depend on where your area is anyway.
It's either
so.
$9.49 or $9.99. It's still $10.
Yes, correct.
After tax, you're paying more.
Yeah.
But
Right, and it might be different in your area anyways, but they
is
brought
it
that
worth
back
it?
for a limited
Is
time.
it a good pizza? Yes.
Yes.
If that's what you're looking for, go for it. Is it worth it? I think getting an extra asbestos or this 2-topping deal, or even just the bread for like $5-6, 2 of these, I would go lean toward more of that. I'm not saying it's a bad pizza.
Yeah.
I'm saying, and I'm not saying you can. I guess you could get more for less, right? But I'm just saying, I think other things do its job better than them.
I'm saying though, again, there's not a stuffed crust, but they said it. There's not a stuffed crust out there
100%.
for at $10. So if you want stuffed crust, it's
Yes.
a deal and a half.
Yes, if you're looking for stuffed crust, perfect for
Yeah.
you because they got this.
Yeah.
For me, it's like I'd rather have stuffed crazy bread with the 2-topping.
No, I hear you. The 2-topping is a deal and a half.
I also
That's why I
just
said
like
you almost
I wish
have to
they had
buy
a
it.
sausage version of it.
Yeah.
Because they have like the extra asbestos has a sausage,
Yeah.
and that's the best one in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
The sausage is just so flavorful, and it's more of it. Well, I don't know if it's more of it,
Right.
but compared to the pepperoni, I'd rather
Right.
have that.
Right.
I think it's less greasy.
No, I hear you.
But
Again, that's one thing
What are
we
you
can
gonna
say
do?
about both of these. You know what I mean? We ate them all. I mean, the last time we had a pizza for, was it Papa John's? I literally could drip it out. You know what I mean? We didn't get that. And it's 100% pepperoni pizza.
you
And
would think.
You would think it should drip out, but it didn't. So, well, there you go. Again, you know, Ryan does love his Little Caesars. So anytime they come out with any change, we're going to probably be here.
It makes me think maybe when they started, it was a Subway situation where eventually they upgraded their ingredients.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people say their ingredients are bad and it tastes like cardboard.
No.
And I think quite the opposite.
No.
In fact, everything else tastes the opposite.
Again,
of
if you
cardboard.
want to see it, leave a comment down below. We'll put them up against any of the other fast food
Yeah, we
chains.
did
We've done it.
Domino's. We'll put them up against Taco Bell's Mexican pizza.
No, that's not even a thing. But if you want to see something, leave a comment down below. We will
It is.
gladly try to do it for you. But
Yes.
honestly, we're going to have to eventually, and if you want to see that, you can leave it too,
Mm-hmm.
go somewhere else and get their stuff
From a different little
Little Caesars. And maybe these guys just hit it out of the park. You know what I mean?
It's possible.
So,
but
you know,
nonetheless, it's still good.
we could find another one somewhere else. If you want to see that, you go ahead and leave the comment and then see it. You know, maybe the other place does make
What
a
if
bad
it,
one.
what if it is really good though?
Then that settles it. It is what it is.
We'd have to go to Rhode Island because for whatever reason, Rhode Island, right? It's a little bit of ways from us, but
There is one by the
the food
the
is better
Popeyes.
there.
There is one by the Popeyes.
I don't know where that is.
Yeah, in Rhode Island that we go to. It's right next door. I always try to make you see if they have the bacon one. You're like, expensive.
Oh, the one with the phone is off and it's not open.
No.
We tried to
Anyways.
call them once.
No, we park right next to them. They're in the
I know what
building
you're talking
next to-
about. Yeah, I tried to call them once.
No, that wasn't that place. There was another one in Rhode Island, but I always say check the menu, and you're like, I don't want to. But neither here nor there. That's Little Caesars.
I don't want it.
Again, if you want to see something, leave a comment down below, and love your suggestions. That being said, thanks for watching.
Check
Hope
out Last Cast More Ashley in the description. They have fun over there. They do whiskey reviews. If that's something you're into, you can go check it out. It's in the description, and they're about to sing soon.
Hope you enjoyed the video.